Facebook and YouTube and all their social medias out there. This is Rebecca with Red True Crime. I'm here with an interesting update. So, one thing that has happened in the process of creating these videos and creating the Red True Crime channel, as I do videos, people tend to reach out to me with tips or questions or whatever, different types of things. So I did receive a tip from a certain person that I've never heard of before. But before I revealed that tip, I did have a request from someone to basically go over the case again, start to finish, what has happened and where we're at now. So essentially on January 13th, Marissa left her house with Janasia Miller and Tasha Poplin, and I think there were a few other people in Tasha's vehicle, and they went into Greensboro. It's been said by Mo that Marissa got a promotion at work, so she wanted to go out and celebrate. Per Tasha and per Naja, Marissa did stop off and pick up some pills from a man in a wheelchair. Don't know who that is. But they then proceeded on over to Mo's apartment, where they spent a good part of the day. Now, there's some back and forth about whether or not Marissa and Mo slept together that day, or she just took a nap. Or it could be both. I don't know. But per Mo, he says no, they didn't sleep together. Per Naja, they did. Now, Naja says she left Mo's house to go spend time with her boyfriend, leaving Marissa there. When Marissa woke up, wasn't very happy about it. So they went on to a Mexican bar on Florida Street and hung out there for a bit, and then went on to the 117 Sofa Bar, or Sofa Lounge. So that is the last bar that Marissa was at. Now, according to Marnicia Best, a person that works with Mo, she told us she actually saw Marissa walk out the door with Jersey money bag at the end of the night. And that she did ask her, hey, do you know this guy? Are you okay? And she said, yeah, I've known him. We're good. So they left. Now, this is where things get a little bit more complicated, because we're hearing she went to the Airbnb, which is the 2 to 6. We're hearing she didn't go to the Airbnb. We're hearing she was outside of the Airbnb. So not sure which thing is valid. Now, Marnicia said that she thinks she was outside of the Airbnb, did not actually go in. But she did say that both Sean and Mo were at the Airbnb. Now, according to Mo, Marissa was in Jersey's car and they were fooling around. So there's that. Now, at some point, an altercation happened at the Airbnb where 911 was called, and don't know if Marissa was one of the people involved in that. We've never been able to get a clear answer on that. But eventually, Marissa leaves the Airbnb with Jersey, and they end up at the Exxon gas station, which is where they have an altercation where he kicks her out of the car. Now, per Jersey, he's saying that she tried to steal his phone and tried to steal some money, and he got mad and got her out of the car. And then he threw her stuff out of the car. But for whatever reason, her phone stayed in his car. So she goes into the Exxon, she calls 911, says, hey, I just got left. He took all my stuff. I have no money. I can't get home. So in comes Shawnee Lely, who is a regular at this gas station. Marissa gets in the car and leaves with him. Now, she does use Sean's phone to call her mother, who doesn't answer the phone because she didn't recognize the number, so she didn't answer. And then she also calls Tony, which is her stepfather, to get Naja on the phone. And now, per Naja, she said, all Marissa said was, hey, I need to get a hold of Jersey. He's got my phone. Not, I'm in trouble. Not, I need help. I need you to come get me. None of these things were said. So, and per Naja, she told Marissa she can't get a hold of Jersey. She doesn't know how to get a hold of him. Which I do not believe is true, because her boyfriend is friends with Jersey. So, I don't know about that one. At that point, this is the last time Marissa's reached out to anybody. And per Sean, he dropped her off at the Cumberland Courts Apartments, which is right across the street from the Exxon gas station. Now, at this point, we're getting into Sunday. Well, it's already Sunday, the 14th, when all this is happening. And later on in the day, around noon, Sarah sees these missed calls on her phone. She calls, gets Sean. He says, oh, she went to or she's asleep. And then she called again, and hours later, she's like, oh, she went to the store. I'll tell you where to go get her. Marissa never shows up. Marissa's never where anybody says she is. So, there you have it. That's pretty much all we know at this point. Now, according to Detective Dean, he is saying Sean's not a suspect, he's more of a witness. Same thing with Jersey. They're saying the same thing. So those guys have been essentially cleared. I mean, the detective made it clear. He's like, they're not a suspect, but I've done everything I can. I can't investigate them further. They've been cooperating. There's just nothing else to investigate. But then there's Mo Dallas. Not a whole lot's been investigated in him. Or Janaja, for that matter. We've talked to Janaja. We've had conversations with Janaja. She's terrified. She keeps saying she didn't do it, but she knows something. So there's that. Tasha made the run-in to Greensboro. That's pretty much all she says her involvement is. Then you go into the usual suspects like Smoke, which is the father of Marissa's, the youngest 4 children. Things were not good with them. He's got child abuse charges against him. Supposedly Marissa was going to be testifying on his behalf. Don't know if that was actually going to happen. Per the detective, Smoke is not worried about where Marissa is. He's more upset about these child abuse charges against him. So you gotta kind of wonder where his mind's at. My thing is I'd be worried about both, but I'm not him. So those are your usual suspects in this case. Now, let's get to the nitty-gritty. So as I was stating before, when I do these videos, people like to send me things via Messenger, or I get random phone calls. Take your pick on that. And I got a message from a person named Wilfred Muhammad. Now I'm going to read this to you, and then I will actually show the message on camera. I was sent a map, an address in Trinity, North Carolina. 2600 Wildwood Road, Trinity, North Carolina, 27370. Now, this person also, along with this photo, so I'm going to bring the phone over here and show you the photo. So let me turn this around. So there is the tip. This is what I was sent. Now you can see it. Here we go. Now you can see it right there. And then there's the writing. It says, Charles Lindsay, do not go live with this info. Look into this house for more info. Now, this guy never did respond to me, because I asked him a couple questions. I said, okay, so first question I asked was, what is special about this address? Didn't say anything. And then I said, are you saying Charles Lindsay is responsible for Marissa's disappearance? Now, for those of you who don't know, Charles Lindsay is the actual government name of Smoke. And then the last one I asked was, I need more information, please respond. This person has never responded, never looked at these messages. Oh, actually, the last one I actually did say to him was, we did not get any information from this house. So let me explain further on that. So, because of where the house is located, it's in a very, very rural part of Trinity, which I think from what I've been around Trinity, it seems like it's all rural, but this is a little bit more isolated. I did give this information to the Greensboro detective that's on this case. I also gave it to the Randolph police because it's in their jurisdiction, so I kind of sent it to both. Because they have guns and badges. I do not have either one of these. To be honest, I don't have either one of these. So, I don't know if they have run this lead down or not. Now, I do have people that are in the group that have made some trips over there, and they did say it's very vast, and there's a lot of places to look. I don't know. But I will definitely let you all figure that out and see if that is something worthwhile investigating. Because, we have, in some investigations, it looks like there might be some tie to Charles Lindsay's extended family out in that area, but we're still trying to figure that out. So, yeah, again, today is today's the 22nd, so today is day 98 that Marissa has been missing, and we have heard nothing from her. No one has heard from her, outside of the Nigerian who's been hacking her Facebook account pretending to be her and asking for money. But the real Marissa, we have not heard from her. And it's very upsetting for everybody involved. And I'm still getting criticized for doing this case, and I'm still getting criticized for doing these videos, and that's okay. People can criticize me all they want, because you know what? I'm just going to keep doing what I do. Kind of tenacious like that. But, yeah, guys, this is sad. This is very sad, because we've got random people sending me messages, not really explaining what we need to be looking for. I've got Marissa's mother. Yes, Christine, I see that. I know. We are trying to look into it as much as we can, as safely as we can, because of where it's at. It's kind of isolated. I would hate to be out there and find out it's a trap to get me out of my house and something that happened to me or to anybody else in the group. But at this point, because we are at 98 days and no contact and no movement whatsoever, we are of the opinion, or at least I am, I can't speak for the whole group, but I am of the opinion that she is unalive, as they say. And that's sad. Very sad for everyone involved. And but again, we can't give up hope. As long as people still give us leads, we'll run them down as best we can. But it's not the safest thing to do. And that's all I can really say to that. But I'll be glad to take any questions at this time. If anybody has any, and address it here live. But that is the information we have. We have an address, we have a name, and we have pretty much that's about it. So if anybody knows anything about the Trinity area or that house or the people who may own the house, last time I checked, it was a Carl Starnes. That was the registered owner. But if anybody has any information about any of this, please feel free to send it to me, or, anonymous, however you want to do it. I'll be glad to run it down. But I need more clarification on this. I'm not going to just go randomly out there and go knock on the door and say, hey, is there a body in this house? I think it'll quickly get me shot. But, yeah, like I said, the detectives in Randolph County and the detective in Greensboro both have this information. Now, whether they've run it down or not, that I do not know. Do I think he done it to get back at her since their kids are in foster care? Christina, that's a very good question. We have kind of bounced around a few things as to if Smoke did do this, why did he do this? Now, if you look at his criminal history, it's not great. You got drugs, you got animal abuse, that kind of stuff. So it doesn't really speak too highly of his moral character. But he's got like 10 kids between all the women, between Marissa and the other women he's been with. So he's got like 10 kids, 4 with Marissa alone. I do know with the kids being in foster care, he's not happy about it. He's definitely not happy about having child abuse charges put against him. And all I understand is that when he and Marissa broke up, he made things difficult for her. And this is not something I know for a fact. This is something that has been told to me repeatedly over and over again by multiple people who were aware of the situation, who knew both of them. And they just said that, things just were not great. Now, Marissa did have a way about her getting involved with, involved men. That may have come back and bit her in the butt, like maybe Smoke found out about it, didn't like that, or somebody's wife, girlfriend, fiance, whatever, found out about it and took matters into their own hands. Hard to say. But, these are other speculations we have. Any other questions from anybody? Be glad to answer. I have coffee. It's a great thing. Okay. Well, on that note, so we have an address in Trinity. We have a name thrown in with this address, Charles Lindsay, aka Smoke. We have a very scary area out there to go to. We have more people questioning my legitimacy as being a true crime reporter. Okay, that's fair. I mean, I didn't graduate from college and I didn't get my degree in journalism, but I did write for a few papers in high school and college, so I do have some journalistic integrity. And I know people keep coming at me for bashing Sarah. I'm not bashing Sarah. I'm just speaking the truth about Sarah. And if the truth hurts, so be it. And, yeah, I understand holding on to an idea, holding on to the hope that your child is still alive, but blatantly ignoring the information the detective is giving you and blaming someone who's definitely not involved in your daughter's case is reprehensibly wrong. And you want to come at me about slander? What you're doing is slander. Accusing people of kidnapping. Come on. What is going on here? But, yeah, that's all I got. So hopefully we have more clarification on that address here soon. And hopefully we'll have more information about Marissa's whereabouts. I mean, every day I'm always looking, I'm talking, the group I'm in is always looking and investigating. We share ideas, we share theories. I mean, it's what we do. And seems like there's some people on Facebook who don't like to comment on that. But how else do you exchange ideas? You talk about it in groups. It's what happens, Back in the day, you'd go to a coffee shop, drink coffee, and talk about this. Now you have technology where you don't have to do that. You can bring your own coffee to the phone and chat through the phone on video, like I'm doing right now. New cup. So, yeah, I mean, people are going to be hating on what I do. They're going to be hating on what Star does and what the group does. And that's okay. Everybody has a right to their opinion. I'm not upset about that. But for you to get it twisted saying I'm doing this for clout or fame or notoriety or money, when none of these things are happening, okay? I don't have the subscribership for fame and notoriety and money. I don't have that. It'd be nice, but I don't. But I do think there is a demand for this type of journalism. I think there's a demand for getting the message out there, for keeping someone like Marissa out there, her name out there, because as we know, the statistics show that marginalized groups like women of color are the ones who go missing the most or are killed the most and investigated the least. And nobody wants that. So I'm going to keep talking about it because it needs to change. I'd hate to think Greensboro PD is not looking for, but when I spoke with the detective last week, I felt that he was very sincere in what he was doing, and only time will tell if what he told me was genuine and sincere. Only time will tell. I believe it was, but only time will tell. But I do want to talk about something though, something else, because I do talk about Marissa ad nauseum, because there's always something going on with Marissa's case. But I am going to be talking about other cases to kind of break up the Marissa monotony. Um, oh, okay, I got a question. How did she get to Trinity from Greensboro? Well, obviously, Christina, on that, somebody had to transport her by car. The question is, was she conscious or unconscious when this happened? That's a good question. So most likely, she was transported by car. So I go on Crime Stoppers webpage every so often, and there they have all the missing person posters listed. And I was going through them just to see, how old some of these were, and I actually found one that was from 1963. 1963, that is absolutely crazy. And I looked into it a little bit more, and this person, her name is Helen Dolan, I believe, is the oldest missing person case in Greensboro. And not only in Greensboro, but it's the oldest missing person case in the state of North Carolina. So Fox 8 did a 6-part series on her case about 5 years ago. Not very long episodes. They're like 6-minute episodes. And there's a lot of information in there. And I'm going to try and see if I can get a hold of the case file so I can go through it myself. But only, that might take me a minute. But she will be the next case I start talking about. And I'm not going to stop talking about Marissa. I'm still going to do the videos about Marissa. But I'm also going to be talking about somebody else too. Because, we just got to highlight everybody. And that's what we need to do. So she will be my next video that I do. And when I watched the series that Fox 8 did, it was very intriguing. And I want to do more research and see if I can get a hold of the case file and see if I can find out some more information about her before I do a video on her. But any other questions from anybody about Marissa or even on the Helen Dolan case? Either one of those. Okay, so it's late. I do have a day job. And so I'm going to say my usual thing. Be weird, be rude, be safe. If you're weird and rude, they won't take you. I firmly believe that. Who's Ellen? Oh, Helen. It's Helen with an H. Helen Dolan. It's sorry, Stephanie. I think you popped in after I already talked about this. Helen Dolan is the oldest missing person case in Greensboro, and it's also the oldest one in the state of North Carolina. And it's going to be the next case I start talking about in conjunction with Marissa Carmichael's case. Because this case goes on, it started in 1963, which is insane. And NamUs doesn't even have it on their website at all. So I think this even predates NamUs. And NamUs is the National Database for Missing People. So it's a federally funded program. You can go on there, put in a name of somebody who's been missing, and as long as the police of the locality of where they went missing from reports it to that, you'll see some case information on that. And it's spelled NAMUS, NamUs. So yes, Helen Dolan's going to be the next one I cover after Marissa Carmichael, in conjunction with Marissa Carmichael. And so I'll be doing that in the next couple of days. But any other questions? Okay, so on that note, like I said, be weird, be rude, be safe. Subscribe to the channel, Red True Crime, and on YouTube. And, the videos will go out. The YouTube links will go out throughout Facebook once I upload it to YouTube, this one. But otherwise, subscribe, comment, share, give me your opinion. Whatever you guys want to do, I will listen, I will respond. I've even had some people reach out to me on Facebook directly. Go right ahead. If you guys have questions, I'll be more than glad to answer them. Might take me a minute depending on what time of the day you ask, because I do work. But yeah, this has been great, and I love the support I've been getting from everyone regarding this, and I'm going to keep going. You know, once Marissa is taken care of, there's always somebody else I can talk about. And I'm going to keep talking. Because I'm good at it. I've been told that. Yeah, I've been told that before. They could have been lying, but who knows. Anyway, so I'm going to go. You all have a wonderful evening. And like I said, don't forget to subscribe to the Red True Crime channel on YouTube. And be weird, be rude, be safe. Y'all have a great night.
Oh, Father, tell me, do we get what we deserve? Oh, we get what we deserve. And where down we go, oh, 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 where down we go, oh, 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 so where down we go, oh, 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 way down we go. Oh, you let your feet run wild. Time has come as we all